I am Dasha Delaney, and this is my presentation about the dangerous effects of gambling. Gambling has existed since ancient times, and though it has changed significantly, it always involves risking something of value for an uncertain result. By the Middle Ages, card games from China began spreading to Europe. In Europe, lotteries became popular for the funding of public projects. Gambling spread to the Americas after colonization by the Europeans. Gambling has had a large impact on the U.S. economy, along with sport and media culture. Despite its popularity and ability to generate revenue in places such as casinos and online, it also has negative impacts, including addiction and debt. Researchers have confirmed that gambling can have the same addictive properties as taking drugs. Both gambling and taking drugs affects the center of the cranium, which gives out a chemical known as dopamine to encourage us to make a habit out of doing things we enjoy. Dopamine release is healthy when one is doing a positive activity, such as running or eating a healthy meal. When consuming unnatural substances such as cocaine, marijuana, or heroin, your body can produce too much dopamine and start relying on it, causing addiction. Gambling and drugs both prevent your body from experiencing euphoria naturally, leading to negative effects. Gambling addiction is so dangerous because of its popularity and accessibility. According to library.ca.gov, approximately 3.7% of California's adult population experiences trouble with gambling. In the past, people could only gamble in private spaces or at casinos. Now, online gambling is extremely popular and can have the same addictive effects.
It's getting me excited already. We arranged for gambler Tony Franklin to join a unique experiment by one of the world's leading experts on addiction, Professor David Nutt.
Gambling addiction is not a failure of will. It is a brain disorder which is preyed upon by the gambling industry.
Honestly, I can feel my heartbeat. Just rising, just looking at the damn thing.
Once you become addicted, it's very, very hard to stop because you've changed your brain. Addiction is a brain that has changed to become entrained to the desires of the gambling.
So we're going to start the roulette task, Tony.
This will be the first time anyone plays something similar to a fixed odds betting terminal from inside an MRI scanner. The professor says it will reveal what's happening in Tony's brain as he uses a keypad to bet.
£1,000 to spend. Can I spend it all on the first spin?
When Tony is doing his task, when he's looking at the roulette wheel and he's making a decision to bet, parts of the brain get turned on, and then they can't stop. And we think there's probably a chemical basis to that. So that's what we're expecting to see, that the habit centers are overactivated in people with gambling compared with normal people.
Addiction can happen very subtly. Shirley was introduced to gambling with her friends. As time went on, her addiction became far worse. She maxed out several credit cards, stole money from her clients, and could barely pay for other areas in her life, all to play blackjack. By the time she was sentenced to jail for 2 years, she never realized how much gambling destroyed her life. Those addicted to gambling can often do significant damage to those around them, especially their own families. One example of this is a man named Kyle. His gambling addiction led to his suicide, leaving his family stricken with grief and making it very hard to continue on with his life moving forward. So how do we stop gambling addiction? According to JSTOR, the best way to treat gambling addiction is with cognitive behavioral therapy, where addicts are taught to challenge their rational beliefs and habits. Medications can also be used to treat gambling addiction. In order to stop gambling addiction for good, it is important to prevent it from happening in the first place. For a 24/7 hotline, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. Thank you for listening to our presentation.